Riot just emergency nerfed Neon and shotguns earlier than planned because they say Valorant's combat pacing has become unhealthy. According to Riot, Neon's bunny hopping and slide movement allowed players to take space thoughtlessly, while judge spam and non-stop rush plays made rounds way too fast. So now patch 12.09 is bringing huge Neon and shotgun nerfs before Masters London even starts, with even bigger Sentinel and Initiator changes already planned for patch 13.0. But before we move on, huge thanks to Exit Lag for sponsoring today's video. And honestly, if you actually grind ranked in Valorant, you already know how annoying ping spikes, packet lows and random lag can be. I was dealing with this a lot too, especially during peak hours. My ping would randomly spike and it made the game feel super inconsistent, so I started looking for a fix, and that's when I found Exit Lag. It's designed to reduce ping and latency while stabilizing your connection. It uses AI route optimization and multipath technology to automatically find the best connection path. So instead of getting random spikes, your gameplay stays smooth and stable. So here's my connection before using Exit Lag, and this is after turning it on. Before it was all over the place with constant fluctuations, but after enabling it, everything became way more stable, and honestly that alone made the game feel so much better to play. To use this setup is super simple too. Just create an account on Exit Lag, download the latest versions, select your game. For me, it's Valorant. Choose the best server for your ping, apply the routes, and you are good to go. Plus, Exit Lag supports more than 2000 games with optimized servers around the world. Right now, they are running a special offer where you can get 1 full year of Exit Lag for 50% off. Basically, pay for 6 months and get 12 months. You can scan the QR code on screen to try it instantly, or I will leave the link in the description and pinned comment, so check it out if you want smoother, more stable gameplay. Now let's get back into Riot's massive patch 12.09 changes. Riot developers Penguin and Tiffy from the Agents and Live Balance team explained that Neon has been on their radar for a while because she creates problems in an outsized way. According to Riot, Valorant's high lethality is supposed to emphasize positioning around the map, and moving around the map should feel dangerous unless utility and teamwork are properly used. But Riot says Neon's sprint lacked meaningful resource constraints, and her bunny hopping into slide pattern allowed players to take space too easily without enough risk. Riot explained that Neon's core identity should still be sprinting on the ground, having strong close range follow-up and requiring support while entering sites. So now they are making direct changes to her movement and resource system. The biggest change is to high gear movement. Jumping while high gear is active will no longer provide bonus airborne speed. Riot says Neon's air speed while sprinting will now match melee movement speed instead. This directly targets her bunny hopping. Riot says they want Neon players to engage more intentionally with the tactical loop instead of constantly taking space at high speed. Another major change is fuel regeneration. Fuel will now only regenerate through kills while Neon's ultimate is active. Outside of ultimate, fuel only regenerates passively. Riot says this creates more meaningful resource trade-offs and forces Neon players to think more carefully about sprint usage. Riot also improved Neon's slide VFX to better communicate slide direction, origin, and movement readability during fights. At the same time, Riot says shotgun gameplay has not felt as tactical or masterful as they want for Valorant's long-term vision. According to Riot, shotguns are supposed to force opponents to clear close range spaces carefully, with the downside being limited range. But Riot says players have been extremely effective at abusing shotgun movement mechanics, especially when combined with mobility agents. Because of this, all shotguns are now less accurate while moving. That includes running, walking, crouch walking, jumping. Riot also standardized movement inaccuracies across all shotguns. Crouching now provides a 15% accuracy multiplier for every shotgun, Bucky 10% to 15%, Judge and Shorty 25% to 15%. Riot clarified that despite the crouch modifier increase, the Bucky is still less accurate overall after the full changes. Judge and Bucky minimum spread values were also increased because Riot says both weapons were outperforming. Bucky 2.6 to 3.0, Judge 2.25 to 2.50. Riot also reduced Bucky pallet damage from 0 to 8 meters in damage changes. On head 40 to 34, for body 20 to 17, and for legs 17 to 14. Riot says these adjustments are intended to make running and jumping shotgun gameplay less effective and require cleaner positioning and mastery. Originally, Riot planned these balance adjustments for patch 13.0 on June 23 PT, but because of increasing frustration around combat pacing and Neon's impact on gameplay, Riot decided to move out of the changes early into patch 12.09 on May 12 PT. Riot says one of the biggest issues right now is overall all-round pacing. According to the developer team, 5-man executes, contact plays, fast aggression, and non-stop pressure strategies have become the default style of play. The team identified 4 major gameplay problems: duelists feeling too strong, especially Neon; shotguns making aggressive gameplay even stronger; high initiator cooldowns limit slower strategic play; Sentinels feeling weak against aggressive duelists. Riot says broader changes to Sentinels and Initiators are still coming in patch 13.0 because those changes require additional testing. The developers also explain that large balance packages are risky because changing too many systems at once can completely reverse the meta state, which is why they prefer longer testing periods for major updates. Riot also confirmed that these changes are arriving between VCT playoffs and Masters London. According to Riot, combat health required urgent attention, and this timing was considered the least disruptive option available. Riot says live balance work is an ongoing conversation between players and the developers team, and they will continue monitoring Neon, shotguns, and the overall state of combat moving forward. Patch 12.09 is only the beginning, with larger Initiator and Sentinel adjustments already planned for patch 13.0. So what do you think about these changes? Drop your thoughts, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.